Hi everybody, I'm JT, this is Harry, and welcome to another video from us here at Campervan Journey. So, we've got a dilemma, and
it's a good one.
It is a good one, but it could be a very complicated one, and it could drag on for ages. But if you've watched my previous videos that we filmed earlier on in the summer, and rewind back, and there's some links to them up here, you may well have gathered that we're at the point in our campervan journey where maybe, just maybe, we need to think about how we change our beloved Volkswagen California. Cover your ears. Either adapt it or change to something completely different to cope with our changing family, and I'll explain that in a moment, and our requirements as to what we want to try and achieve from having a campervan. So, just long story short, 5 or 6 years ago we bought our first van. It was absolutely the best thing we ever did.
Yep.
And we've been and explored some amazing places all around the UK and all over Europe. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, if we hadn't had the van, we wouldn't have done that. And
we wouldn't be sitting here right now.
We wouldn't be sitting here right now. We wouldn't be doing Campervan Journey. So that's
Sad
all
times.
great.
But good.
But good. But over the last, especially over the last year, lots of things have happened, and we knew that certain things were going to happen inevitably anyway. Our family has got older. My eldest son has left home, moved to university, so he's no longer coming away with us. So when we bought our California Beach, the van I'm talking to you from now, one of the biggest reasons for buying it is that it had 3 seats across the back, so there's a 3-seat bench, plenty of room for carrying 5 people, and it was a very, very versatile way for us to go camping. Now that there are 4 of us travelling, and ultimately as the rest of them grow up, we might even go down to 3 and ultimately even 2, but that's probably a long way off, then our need for space in the van has changed, and our need for accommodation has changed. So one of the things that struck us this summer when we were away was, first of all, we no longer need to take with us such a big tent. So with 5 of us, it was never possible or feasible for us all to stay in this van. So you can sleep 2 up top, you can sleep 2 down the bottom with this bench folded out, although we've never done that.
Nope.
We've only had people sleeping up top.
And two doubles, really.
Yeah, and we would always take the tent to pitch alongside. We're now at a point where we could probably, certainly don't need such a large tent, so the Outwell Bear Lake tent that we've had, which has been fantastic, will be going, and we'll replace that with probably a smaller, just a little pod-like tent, so we can take, maybe not necessarily to use to sleeping in, but just for storing some stuff day to day, to put alongside the van, to mark your pitch, but to keep cooking and bits and bobs in that whilst we're out camping. But we want to get to a point where we can arrive at a site, pitch up and be settled within half an hour. At the moment when we arrive, and I've put up videos before about us pitching a tent and setting up like a high-speed video of it, but it takes us about 2 hours to get everything settled up, get the tent settled before we even get up, and then that's 2 hours when we're reversing and leaving. So the whole thing takes time, and it's whilst we enjoy it, I think we're at the point now where we probably want to...
A bit sick of it.
Not sick of it, but be able to just arrive and...
Be able to do it quickly.
Be settled in and be going quickly.
More time to know the campsite.
More time to enjoy the campsite. But the other big thing with it as well is quick setup, quick pack up will mean that we can travel further and for longer. So it will mean that one night stopovers are far more feasible, whereas with our current setup we can't do that. We could do it, but it would be an awful lot of hassle. So it's discouraged us from perhaps travelling as far as we would like to. I would certainly like to get to maybe go to Austria, Central Europe, and we could do that if we were doing one-night stopovers. But with the setup we've got currently, with a larger family, that has proven difficult. So that's led us down the line, the dilemma of, do we change the van or not?
Do we?
I don't know.
Serious question.
Big question, serious question. I love this van. We love this van.
We all do.
And it's been brilliant, and we've seen some great things. But the versatility of it is, it's how do we change it? How do we maximise? How do we achieve what we want to have a quick setup, but also have something that's a bit more contained? So something that's got a bit more space for cooking and setup within the van, a bit more practicality for storage within the van, a bit more space to sit and relax in the van on a wet, stormy, miserable day. So not every day going away is like the beautiful days that we've had away travelling in France. Not every day is 28 degrees, beautiful sunshine, and you can sit outside. So the problem that we have with a van like this, in the wet and the miserable and the rain, if you haven't got a tent, it's very cosy, and then for a few hours it's okay, but for a few days it's not really going to work.
Nah.
So what we've done today is go and have a look at what might be an option to consider as changing the van. So this morning we've been and had a look at Adria, at one of their camper vans and one of their twin sports with a pop top. So that's the next size up van from what we've got at the moment. So this type of van comes in two sizes, 6 metres or 6.4 metres. We looked at a couple of different derivatives today, and there's some pictures here that I'll show you of what we saw. To get the accommodation that we're after, we probably need to have one with a pop top that would give us 4 berths. But being a larger van, it then gives us one of the things that we'd be looking for, of the sort of more enclosed, more self-contained accommodation. So not necessarily bothered about having a toilet and a shower on board, but having,
it is nice.
it could be convenient, certainly, and it does mean you are more self-reliant, but having the kitchen and facilities inside, having a bit more living space, having a bit more space to spread out. It's not twice the size of what we got, but it's probably at least 3/4 the size again. So we are currently exploring whether this type of van, not necessarily exactly an Adria, there's a couple of other options I want to look at that are made by Hymer, again on the same sort of Fiat van chassis, and of course we should look at Volkswagen because I've got a real affinity with the Volkswagen brand. But the dilemma is, will this type of van be the next logical step for us? Really, I don't want to change the van. I'd love that it would work for us, and there may be some solutions that we can explore with that as well. So whether we can adapt this van to have, you can buy pods and accessories that fit within the van to provide us more inbuilt storage, maybe inbuilt cooking, maybe a sink. So whether we can adapt that again with some pod stroke awning stroke little tent that comes with us. But there's a few avenues that we can explore. So I'm sure that we're not alone in being in this situation. So I would love to hear your comments below about anybody who's been in this position, anybody who's thinking about it at the moment, anybody who's changed to a bigger van from something like our California or a T5 or T6 conversion, and actually found it's too big and gone back again. Because this, and again, we said it before, this is our day-to-day family van. This is the van that we use every day. It's the van, when we went out to go and look at these vans, we went in our California. It's the van when we go shopping. It's the van we go in. It's when we go for, the last week we took some rubbish to the dump. It's the van we use. So whatever we buy will have to do that job as well. So I'm looking for something that will be will be an all-round van. It will be a master of everything.
Basically, something even better than this, and that's quite hard to get.
Yeah, and Harry, you've hit the nail on the head. Something like this, and that will be hard to get. So, this is just a taster. This is just a start, and there'll be more videos about what we see, what we found out on our exploration.
Definitely.
Will we end up changing it? I don't know.
No idea.
Will we end up keeping what we've got? Maybe. Will we end up doing something completely different? Probably not. I don't know what that would be.
Don't want to get a normal car.
No. Oh no, we'll never go back to a normal car. And the elephant in the room is the Volkswagen Grand California. I love the idea of a Grand California, but £100,000 for a spec'd up one.
Really?
And it's a really weird configuration as well. And I can't afford £100,000 on a van like that, not without a special lottery card with the numbers coming up.
Or
one of those,
genie.
or a genie in a magic lamp. But I'd love to feel that would be the natural progression on. But from what I've heard, the way that it's configured is a bit strange. In like the bigger van, there's two different derivatives, and the larger van doesn't have as much accommodation as the smaller van in the sleeping arrangement thing. So we're going to go and have a look at one of those as well. So just to start, big dilemma. What do we do? I don't know. But join us on the trip, and again, any comments, please drop them below. We'd love to hear from you. We get back to everybody, and any questions or suggestions about what we could look at. Again, I'd love if you've bought something that you think, do you know what? That
great.
will do the job for JT. Let's tell him about one of those. It's been brilliant. Let us know.
Please.
We'd love to check it out. So thank you so much for watching. Remember to hit the button to like, hit the button to subscribe, and we look forward to sharing the next stage of our campervan journey with you very, very soon. Thanks for watching. Au revoir. Thanks for watching.
Bye.